All right, when you come to a store like the PGA Tour Superstore, there's so many putters and so many different types of necks, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today, testing out the necks with this thing called the Revealer. All right, so like I was saying, this thing's called the Revealer, and what this thing does is I'm gonna suspend the putter and it's gonna show us how much toe hang each putter has, and toe hang is extremely important when you're trying to figure out what putter to get for you. All right, so this is a standard blade putter this is called a gooseneck. So like I was saying, I'm gonna suspend the putter with this little contraption called the Revealer, and it's gonna show us exactly how much toe hang it has. So if we're looking at this is called a 45-degree toe hang putter. What this is gonna do is when you stroke the ball, it's gonna help you close the face in more of an arc stroke. So if we're looking here, it's gonna open the face when you come back, and then when you come through, it's gonna try to shut it back down, right? So what's interesting about this is, you know, this is a blade putter, but blades have different necks. So this is gonna give you a 45-degree toe hang. I know you're not gonna have a contraption like this to see. You can just balance it on your finger, but if you have a bit of an arc of a stroke, I would say give this one a try. All right, so we got pretty much the same exact putter, blade style. This is called a flow neck. It's gonna kind of flow right down. It doesn't have that, you know, jagged edge there. Let's put it in the Revealer, see what we get in terms of toe hang, because that's, you know, really the most important part of the putter. So look at this one. This is gonna be a 60-degree toe hang. Look at that toe hang straight down. So again, more of an arc of a stroke here if you know, use this type of putter. It's gonna really open on the way back like this, and when you come through, essentially what it's gonna do is it's gonna help you arc it back and arc it through. So flow neck, write it down. 60-degree toe hang. If you have a bit of an arc in your stroke, not gonna be as consistent for off-center hits, but again, if you like that blade style, you have a bit of an arc. Flow neck, 60 degrees. Let's take it over to a fan favorite of a Scotty Cameron. This one, still flow neck, but a little higher up, and I think this is gonna give us a face balance putter. Let's pop it in the Revealer. It's all about how the shaft is oriented to the putter head. So if we're looking, this is actually almost face balance. Very, very slight toe hang like that. You see, very slight. Face balance would be perfectly up and down, but this is very close. I mean, on the border of being face balanced. So what this is gonna do is when you stroke the ball, it's still gonna open up, right? Because we do have that arc of a stroke, but it's gonna be a little bit more consistent for off-center hits. So if I tap the toe here, it's really not gonna ping that much, whereas the other putters, you know, if I tap the toe, it would have flowed like that. So off-center hit's gonna be a little bit more consistent and also not as much of an arc. So there you go, more of a face balance style. We're gonna get into some interesting putters now that you probably haven't seen before. All right, we got the Axis putter. Never heard of this thing before, but take a look at this neck. It's pretty crazy, right? We're gonna pop this in the Revealer. I have no clue what this is gonna reveal. Could reveal something absolutely beautiful, but we do not know until I do this. So take a look at this one. Extremely interesting. I'm gonna try to move it to the side, but it's gonna orient perfectly straight. So let's try to now putt with it. There's a little bit of wobble there still, a little bit of wobble, but look at this. I don't know what you wanna call this, squiggly neck. I guess I'll call it squiggly neck there. But look, it's gonna orient it perfectly up and down. Not sure the technology behind this. Let's see what happens if I give it some tapping. A little bit of toe flexion there, not too bad, but take a look at that. If you see something like this, I would expect it to be that up and down vertical orientation. Pretty cool. All right, next we got the Seymour putter. I've gotten a lot of requests about this. People wanted me to try it in the Revealer. So we just had a toe up putter. Let's try out the Seymour putter right here. So this one is gonna be toe down. Take a look at that. The other one was perfectly straight up and down. This is toe down. So let's try out a little stroke here. So there's a little bit of movement there. Not perfectly back and forth, which is fine. Most aren't. A little bit of movement, but take a look at that. Toe down Seymour putter. I think that's their whole thing. Don't know the technology behind it. I'm just showing you guys, you know, different type of necks. We'll look at how this orients itself with the bottom of the shaft there. Take a look. That's a Seymour putter. We got one more I'm gonna show you. This one's pretty interesting. It's actually, I think, one of the cooler ones that they have here. All right, we're gonna pop in my personal putter, which is the Lab Mez 1. Now this thing's pretty interesting, right? I'm gonna put it in the Revealer. We take a look at the neck. It actually is oriented kind of center back. We pop it in the Revealer, and let's try to move it around. So this is actually staying wherever I move it, right? It's not gonna go anywhere. You can orient like that, anywhere. I think that's the technology behind that. Let's try to take a stroke like this. And it actually keeps it perfectly square like that, which is pretty interesting. The other ones tend to open and close. The whole thing behind this is it's called lie angle balance. They want to keep it square, don't want to force it open and close. It's pretty nice. I like this. It's not an ad for them, but personally it's my putter. I would say try it out if you haven't already. This whole video has just been an experiment. I don't know, like, I'm not an expert at all these necks, but I just thought it was cool to pop everything in the revealer, try out the putters that you've probably tried out at home, put it in the revealer, see how they orient themselves. So if you enjoy the video, make sure to subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Let me know another video idea you want to see on my channel, reviews, tests, whatever that be, and I'll see you guys in the next one.